Okay, this video is about division, and throughout the video I'm going to use an example of division. Here's an example to use: 368 divided by 7. And this is going to produce some answer. We don't know what it is. We're doing the division to find out. But the thing about the answer is that whatever it is, when we multiply it by 7, we have to get back to 368. So what we can do to get this answer is to kind of guess how many times 7 is going to go into 368. And that brings me to the first way of doing division, which I'm going to call the guessing method. Well, we can start with the 368 that we have to do the division, and we can say, how many times does 7 go into it? Well, I guess maybe 40 times it goes in, something like that. So I'll work out what is 40 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28, so 40 times 7 is 280, and we'll see how much is left over. We'll take 280 away from the 368, and we've got 88 left over. So the guess was a bit small. We can then look at this remainder, 88, and see guess how many times 7 goes into that. Well, it's going to go at least 10 times, because 10 times 7 is 70. So we'll take away the 70 that we've guessed there, and we're left with 18. And 7 goes into our remainder 18 twice. 2 times 7 is 14. We'll take that away, and we've got a remainder of 4. Okay, so what we can do is we can stop here and we can add up all of our guesses, and we've got 52 times 7 and a remainder of 4. So we could say that 368 divided by 7 is 52 with a remainder of 4. But if we don't want a remainder, what can we do? We have to work out some way of doing 4 divided by 7. And one way to do this is to multiply the 4 by 10, do the division, and then divide by 10 at the end. Because multiplying by 10 and then dividing by 10 brings us back to where we started. So we multiply the 4 by 10, divide it by 7, and then divide by 10 at the end to counteract the multiplying by 10 we did earlier. Okay. Just rub this out. So, multiply the 4 by 10, we'll make it 40. How many times does 7 go into 40? It goes 5 times. That's 35, and the remainder is 5. Okay, but now we've multiplied by 10 to get the 40 there, so we've got to divide by 10. And we get 0.5 times with the remainder of 0.5. To work here, we can, instead of multiplying by 10, we can multiply by 100 and then divide by 100 at the end. So 0.5 multiplied by 100 is actually 50. We divide by 7. 7 goes into 50 7 times. 7 sevens is 49. The remainder is 1. And now we divide by 100. So the 7 isn't 7 anymore, it's 0.07, and the 1 is 0.01. So now we can add up our guesses. So far, we've got 52.57 and a remainder of 0.01. Now we can keep going with this. We can multiply the 0.01 by 1,000, divide by 7, then divide the answers by 1,000, and so on. But there's a better way of doing this.